Hello, hello, hello. What's going on, you guys? We're back again for episode 10 of Financial Fashion Talk Podcast. The CFO is in a whole nother state right now. I'm out of town for a church meeting in Winter Haven, Florida. I'm enjoying it down here, getting the word. So we just hopping on really quick. I got the CFO right here on the line, so we're going to have to do the call just like this today. Appreciate you guys for still being patient with us and getting on every Monday. I'm out of town right now. The CFO, Riley Best, is still in Georgia. So I'm still connected with him on the phone right now on FaceTime. So we still going to get a conversation going, and we're going to talk about some things while we have the opportunity to. I can't promise you that we'll be on here for an hour, but I can promise you that whatever we will talk about will be helpful and it will be valuable to you. And what we're going to start talking about is faith and freedom. We're going to talk about faith. We're going to talk about freedom. We're going to talk about independence. We're going to get deep into detail. And for next Monday on our podcast, episode 11, we'll go into deeper detail because me and the CFO will be in the same place at the same time. So CFO, since you're on the speaker, say hello to the people. Say hello to the people.
Hey, what's going on, everybody? What's going on, everybody? Here in Georgia, enjoying this terrible weather and this terrible traffic, but it's all good though, man. Got the CEO down there in Florida.
It's a blessing, man.
Enjoying that nice climate, you know what I'm saying? But
bro, it's raining. Bro. It's raining down here too, bro. It's been raining ever since we got here. Like it rained. It rained all the way down to Florida from Georgia, and it's still raining right now, bro. It's raining while we was in church and everything.
Is it ugly though?
Well, it's dark, bro. It's real dark outside, but I won't say like it ain't no thundering and flooding and all that, but it is raining, bro.
Right.
Yeah, bro, but
it's all good.
Yeah. Nevertheless, bro, I'm glad to be here, man. I'm so glad to be here. There's no place I'd rather be, bro. And I wish you was here. I wish you was here with me. You know, but nevertheless, you are with me in the spirit. You know what I'm saying? Which, you know, we connected that way. So let's go ahead and hop into what we're ready to talk about, man. You know, because recently we've been getting on to some new information, bro. It was some information that we became conscious and aware of. And that information is the power that we have within us, right?
Right.
So we want to first start off talking about how we really don't live by faith. And I think that's the problem. Let's talk about that. Let's talk about that for a little while, CFO. Let's talk about how we should live more by faith and not by sight.
Man, yeah, we should, man. And the thing about it is, you know, living by faith don't look good. You know what I'm saying? Because when you living by faith, man, you depending on something that you can't see, but you believe it's there, but you can't see it. You know what I'm saying? So, like, man, we've been adjusted to this system for so long, man, of our natural resources, you know, seeing the abilities of our natural resources until we cancel out the fact that there is faith.
Right.
Faith is nothing natural. Like, that ain't got nothing to do with it natural. You know, it manifests in the natural. But when it's working, man, you can't see when faith working because it's coming from within.
Well,
faith
see,
is from within, man.
See, exactly, bro. And see, really, what it boils down to is the world, society. The world has made us forget what faith is. They don't teach faith. They make sure that we don't use faith because they want us to depend on them. Like the system wants you to depend on them. They don't want you to have faith. They don't want you to depend on something that's more powerful than them. They want to keep you dependent on the system so you won't realize that you have a God within you. They don't want you to realize that you're supposed to live by faith and not by sight. They don't want you to realize that you're supposed to be independent and not dependent. They want you to look they want you to look at the outside instead of looking at what's in the inside. They want you to because it keeps you blind. It keeps you blind. It keeps you blocked up. Because without faith, man, you can't see farther than what these eyes can see.
limited vision.
Right.
It's a limited vision. And you're right, man. Like, the system doesn't teach you faith. They teach you distractions.
Talk
you know what
again.
I'm saying? They
Talk
teach
that.
distractions. That's what the system teach. You know what I mean? They teach that you got to get this and you got to get that. You know what I mean? To attain success in this world. No, I don't. No, I don't. That's a lie. That's a lie. You know what I'm saying? Because it doesn't. The things I acquire in this world. Say what?
Go ahead, bro.
Nah, the things that I acquire in this world, man, that don't determine how great I am as a person.
Right.
That don't determine how great my faith is. Like, that ain't got nothing to do with it. That's a total separate entity.
Right.
That ain't got nothing to do with it, man. But they show you distractions though. They show you how you need to go to school. They want you to go get in debt to attain something that you already have. Like, you just pay somebody to tell you that you're smart, but you already know that.
What's so crazy, bro? What is so crazy is that it's simple. Check this out. Check this out now. Now, they say in God we trust, right?
Truly.
And we believe that faith comes from God, right?
Truly.
So why did they tell you to depend on yourself so much?
Yeah, man.
What you think about that, listeners? Listeners, if the system says in God we trust, right? See, the system is saying in God we trust. But see,
right.
Everything that's inside the system is leading you to take your trust out of God, away from God, and putting it inside of the system. So if the system believe in God so much, why don't they produce it?
Because they don't have it. They don't have it. They put on a mimic. They put on a show. You know what I'm saying? They put on an act just to get followers.
But you know why, G?
To get followers.
You know why, CFO?
Why is that?
Because the system wants to serve as your God. The system and the world wants to serve as our God. But the world, man, is not about the true God. It's not about faith. It's all about things and feelings and things that's physical. It's not about things that's not seen, things that's going to be eternal. The world is not for eternity. The world is for physical, bro.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? And so that's exactly why we have to come out of the system. We have to come out of the system and actually start living by that faith that's within us, that God gave. Because the world just makes you forget about God. They took guys out of school. So basically they want you to live without faith. They want you to live depending on the system.
Right. Because if you do that, then like you doomed then. See, it's a doomed system.
Right.
The ones that created the system was already doomed. So they wanted to take the masses right along with it. Sounds to me like the spirit of Satan. You know what I'm saying? Because when he got that feeling inside of himself, he went around spreading the way he felt. You know what I'm saying? And all of these things are built inside of that system.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, we would rather go get in a corner somewhere to talk about something that don't even matter when you can use that same energy through faith to go do something great and produce something. You know what I'm saying? Produce something and make something great that could be beneficial to people that's around you, to be beneficial to your team, to be beneficial, you know what I mean, to those that lack, that need help. But we'd rather take that energy and do nothing. Talk about nothing. Things that don't mean nothing.
Right. So
people that need them, yeah.
So yeah, bro. What we're saying on this short podcast today, because I am in Winter Haven, Florida, we are on a time limit today, but we want to get it real specific. We want to get it real specific right now. So what we're saying on this podcast today is that we have to come out of the system that was already created for us. We have to come out of the we have to come out of the norm. We have to come out of the system that was already created, man.
Yes, sir.
You see what I'm saying?
Sir.
Like the system that's in the world was already created. It was created by man. So how, if something was created by man, how can God, you know what I'm saying? Like, you see what I'm saying, bro?
Have anything to do with it.
Right, because it's man-made.
Right. This is the thing. This is the thing. You know what I'm saying? Because, you know, God did give man, you know, power and dominion in this world. You know what I'm saying? And like a spirit can't operate unless it have a body. Right. Now, so unless man incorporate and put God in his life and in his way of living, whatever system you create, if it ain't got nothing to do with him, then it's not gonna be profitable.
It's not gonna be profitable in eternity. Like that's what we saying. Like, like I'm saying,
yeah.
You can be profitable believing in Satan, bro. Like you can have things and believe in Satan. You see what I'm saying?
But
like
see, I'm talking about. I'm not talking about from a financial standpoint.
Me neither.
You know what I'm saying? I'm talking about. Oh, okay. So you said you could actually be a great person.
Nah, you won't be able to be a great person. But see, people will think you are. Like you'll have influence. Like that's what I'm saying. Like you can have things, bro, but it won't be like everlasting things. You see what I'm saying? See, that's the thing that we should chase after, like things that's gonna last long, things that's gonna last forever. But see, the system has us going after things that's only gonna last for a season.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? Like, and I feel like that's one of the reasons why a lot of us don't know about building wealth. A lot of us don't know about preparing for what's to come because we so focused on living now. We're not trained to live by faith because we want to know so bad. We want to know so bad, like we want to know our next move so bad that we don't got no need for faith. We want to know so much. You see what I'm saying? Like we want to know every step.
That's true. That's true, man. It's like, you know, we gotta have patience when it comes to these things, man. But we'll rather live check to check. We'd rather live check to check, man. And I guarantee you, a person that lives check to check, everything that they acquire, everything that you acquire, everything you acquire in life, like if you stop working, that you will lose everything.
Right, bro. Good point. I'm glad you brought that up, bro. Because we want to bring it on home before we get off of here. We want to bring it on home. Because we just mentioned having faith, right? And we just talked about how the system is designed for us not to have faith. So what we do, we just believe that we can do everything ourselves. You see what I'm saying? Like we don't believe in having faith, like, because I can go get me a job and pay that bill. You see what I'm saying? Like I can go get me a job. I can go get me a job and take care of whatever I need to take care of. I don't got no need to have faith. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
We don't want to have faith until somebody dead. We don't want to have faith. We don't want to have faith until somebody break the leg. You see what I'm saying? Like, but we have to get in the habit of actually living every day, believing in our gift and believing in the one who gave us our gift, which is God, the creator. See, the system makes us look away from God. That's why we don't know what our gifts are. We don't know what our talents are. We don't know what's really in our insides because the system has created a system. The world has created a system to make us look outside. You see what I'm saying?
Not only that, it continues. It creates distractions to keep you looking outside.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? Man, like I said earlier, bro, when you take a breath, it takes faith to even breathe. You know what I'm saying? And every time you take that breath, like you know the next one's coming after that. Like you know it's gonna be another breath to come behind because like I'm supposed to breathe.
And you don't even think.
Nah, you don't even think about it. Nah, like whoever tuned in, the audience, you know, I appreciate y'all for tuning in. But just take this out of this. The same faith that it takes for us to breathe, why don't we use that same faith and live? Not just breathe, live.
Live.
It's too many of us here just breathing. We just here breathing. Ain't nobody living. We just breathing. When are we gonna live?
But see, that part of that living, bro, that living that you're talking about is part of having a purpose, though, bro. Like,
that's true.
You really don't start leaving. You really don't start living until you realize you have a reason to live. You see what I'm saying? Like,
but see, it'll make you venture out. It'll make you venture out. You know what I'm saying? To try to discover that.
Right. Exactly. Right.
When you get tired, you know what I'm saying? Then that's when change comes about.
Man, what? You can say that again.
Yeah, man. Like, you got to get tired of the norm. But I'm tired of the norm, man. I'm tired of it. Real talk.
Hey, CFO.
You got to get tired. Yeah.
All right. We talked about that faith, bro, and about how the system is set up for us not to have faith in. The system is set up for us it's set up for us to depend on the system. Okay, we talked about that and we got that out the way. So now let's talk about freedom and independence. Like, what is freedom?
Oh, man.
You know what I'm saying? Like, what is true freedom? Is freedom like physical? Like, is it like, okay, like I'm not confined right now. I don't have chains on me. But does that really mean I'm free?
Exactly. No, because it could go both ways.
But what is freedom? What is freedom, though?
I mean, freedom, I feel like that freedom, man, is once you begin to know why you live.
Elaborate.
You begin to understand you understand why you have a life. You know what I'm saying? And then you begin to walk in that and you're not stricken to a systematic way of living.
Right. Okay. Right. That's a good point.
Because man, truly, it's cats that's locked up, that's freer than some of us roaming around out here in the public.
Talk, bro.
You know what I'm saying? Like, locked up, like they get told when to eat, when to get up, when to go to sleep, but in their mind, like, they have no worries.
It's mental.
Because even in jail, you can find out what your purpose is. Like, even when you locked up, you can find out what your purpose is, man. But when you bound in your mind, man, you got a limited life.
Right. See, now we talking, bro. See, I was waiting for you to get to that point right there, bro. See, freedom is really mental, bro. Freedom is really the ability to act and think, bro, responsibly. Like,
exactly.
you see what I'm saying? Like,
and let me hit. Bro. Oh man, I'm sorry, bro. I'm sorry. Look, freedom is not being able to buy whatever you think you want like that.
Talk, bro.
That's not freedom.
That's freedom.
That's not true. That's a type of freedom.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But it don't lead to, like, if you have that type of freedom, but mentally you're not free, then you're still a prisoner of that systematic way of living.
Right.
And you think just because I can afford this and that, I'm free. Like, come on, man. Be for real with yourself.
See, nah, man, like, right, man. It's really in the mind. You can be a slave to your own thoughts. You can be a slave. You can be a slave to the system of this world. It's in many ways that we can be slaves. But the whole point of us bringing this to you guys' attention is, like, real freedom is really thinking for yourself, like acting for yourself. Like, a lot of us is caught up in the system where we're being told how to act. We're being told what to do. We're being told how to live. Like, ask yourself this question, like, what am I doing for myself? Like, what am I doing for myself? You might go to work for 12 hours every day doing something for a company, for a man that you don't even know, a man that don't care about you. But ask yourself a question. What am I doing for myself? You see what I'm saying? Like, what am I doing for myself? Like, am I thinking for myself? Like, when I wake myself up, like, a lot of times, bro, we already have a predetermined schedule. So it's like, we just go. We just go as automatic. We just get up and go. Like, this, we already have our schedule already made for us. Like, somebody else don't make our schedule.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? So I'm saying, though, is that freedom? Is that independence?
No.
No, I'm saying, though, but it's a free country, though, G. I'm saying this is America.
Yeah, it is America. But America comes with a structure.
Huh?
America comes with a structure.
Let's talk about that structure. What about that structure?
Yeah, American dream. Who is that for? Like,
right.
Who is that? What's that? What's that? American dream. You know what I'm saying? What's that? All that. What's that? What's that? Come on, man. Like, you got to be able to create your own structure. Let me create my own structure.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Let me dictate about what I want to do. Let me dictate about how I want to feel, and not let it depend on the validity of nothing else.
See, like, you ain't correct nothing, man. Bro. You see, like I just said, bro. Like, good point, bro. Because like we just got through talking about, the system was already created, which means you ain't created nothing. Like, they don't want you to know that you can create stuff. They don't want you to know your creative ability. They don't want you to know the power of your mind. So they doing it for you. You see what I'm saying? Like, they doing it for you. There's no room for you to create anything. You can't create something that's already been created.
Right.
So I'm saying. You see what I'm saying?
All you can do is build on it. All you can do is help them keep making their structure greater.
Exactly. Hey, bro, go share this. Everybody that can share this, go share this right now. We're not gonna be on here long. We're probably just gonna be on here. Yeah, we probably finna get off in just a few because it's already nighttime and I gotta get ready to go back to service. But we wanted to get on here and keep our word. Like, that's first and foremost, man. We've been held accountable. Like, I had to get on here earlier because I know, like, if I ain't get on here early, I wasn't gonna be able to get to y'all. But y'all are important. Y'all are important to us. Y'all show up every time we get on here, and we appreciate y'all. Like, this is our 10th episode. This is the 10th week, and y'all have been showing up, and we appreciate y'all to the utmost. Like, so we just want to let you guys know, like, the system, you not come out of the system. Like, it wasn't made for us for real. Like, it was made to control us. Like, but we were made, God made us not to be controlled by a system. Like, he ain't make us to be controlled by this world. He ain't made you just to be in the system, being caught in the system. He made you to have to serve him with your gift. Like, that's why he made you. He created you with a purpose of you serving the world through him with your gift that he gave you.
Right.
Now you got to find out what that gift is. Like, I can't tell you that, but I can show you how to channel it. But I'm saying, like, you have to personally find out what your gift is. But God gave every last one of us one. It's just that the system that was created for us has us looking outward, away from our gift, because we feel like we got to work for everything. Like, we don't even feel like we can create anything because we so used to working for it.
Right. And that's crazy, man, because, like, man, it's some great work ethics, man, like on jobs, man.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And, like, they take, like, it's taken advantage of because they offer us incentives that make us feel that we're more worthy, you know what I'm saying, to be on, you know, to be employed or whatever the case may be, you know, when in all actuality, like, we hold more value than $1.
Man, talk, bro. We're so much valuable than a paycheck, right? Like, I know we're not crazy. I know we're not crazy. Like, I'm saying, like, but the system has made us accept that, though. Like, without, like, unconsciously, we feel good about that $25 an hour because, like, that's a lot of money to us because we're used to working.
Right.
Like, for a person that's used to working, $25 an hour is a lot of money. Like, you don't really made it. Like, give a person $25 an hour. Like, bro,
Right.
I made it, bro. Like, I made it. I'm where I want to be in life for $25 an hour. But we don't really realize that we're worth more than that. Like, everybody that's on this live right now, like, we're worth more than that. They just tell us how much